Danny and I were talking before, Jake, you were missing from this conversation. And he was like, if there's blood in the stool, I'm kind of concerned.
People want to share this and know about it.
I said to myself, if there's blood in the toilet, I just say, freaking kids.
Which is not good.
We're so happy to share this with our audience.
I'd like to point out, everyone, I have passed. You ready for the count? Because it kind of leads into our podcast.
Just kind of.
11 kidney stones.
11.
Out of both, like combined kidneys, is there a kidney that you have that passes more stones than the other?
No, they're both.
Really? That's interesting.
One's winning.
No, one's not winning. I think my left is winning. I don't know.
I've had 2, and I thought I was going to die both times.
I've had 11, and I just say I've had 11 children to make it sound like I know what birth feels like. Well, we just got rid of all the feminists.
There it goes. We do not believe that. There is anecdotal evidence that the initial pain of kidneys is equivalent, if not a little bit worse, to childbirth. However,
Worse than childbirth.
Worse than childbirth.
Danny's lisp is coming back.
But kidney stone is only for a very short time. Where,
birth is
freaking
nonstop
labors for hours. I know. And then,
So we're not trying to keep score or anything.
But I'm winning.
Oh, okay.
I'm very happy you're winning me in that regard.
Yeah.
Jake still has 0, and I would like to keep it that way.
It prevented me from Africa, so I'm still kind of chapped.
Chapped, huh?
Yeah.
Like lips?
Well, do you know what's funny?
No.
I'm going to tell you a secret.
Okay, yes, tell us.
And the secret is I have not had chapped lips since I've gotten married. Do you know why?
Because you kissed.
Because my wife uses lip balm all the freaking time, and I kiss her afterwards, and I put lip balm on myself.
Oh.
Well, my wife has the sparkly one, so I will sometimes not realize that until I kiss her, and then I look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh no.
Hey, let's start this podcast so I could talk about Valentine's Day.
Done. Welcome to the Twaddling Along podcast, your source for Valentine's Day news. I am your host, Dan McBride, here with my brothers and co-hosts, one, Jake McBride.
I am a believer in putting on your own darn chapstick.
And Joshua.
Did you know that they have couples chapstick?
Like that you share?
It comes in a pack of 2, and they're different flavors of chapstick that when you kiss, it makes the perfect flavor.
Say kiss again.
Kiss.
Kiss.
There's a little bit of like a southern inflection.
Kiss.
That when you have yourself a little bit of a kiss.
It's like oil.
A little kiss.
You put some oil on those lips and you go kiss.
You can do a little kissing down by the willow tree. That's my southern accent.
That was an innuendo if there ever was one.
Down by the willow tree?
Yes.
Oh, it is Valentine's coming up.
What?
It is Valentine's. By the time this comes out, it will actually be President's Day.
Yes.
So we will
That's
pass
if Danny
Valentine's.
gets it out on time.
I am not good at that. But I will be better because now I can automate some things.
Ooh, nice.
Because I will actually have the capability to automate things.
Technology to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing because it's allowed Danny to convince his wife to buy a computer.
Hey, it's my birthday too. As a matter of fact, this will come out on my birthday.
I have been getting nothing but
the day after.
So I've been getting nothing but messages from my brothers asking me about computers for the last week. It's been amazing.
It really has. Our entire text link is nothing but Jake.
Now, I just want to point out something really funny. I asked once and then just went with the first option. My Danny.
Aw.
My Danny.
My Danny. He hasn't stopped asking, even though Jake's given him 20 options.
No, because there's only certain things that are available, and I don't want to drive more than 10 minutes away from my house. And so I need to be able to get clear answers.
If you had made a decision when I did, mine's already been shipped, it's been received, and I've been playing it for 3 days.
But I don't function like that. I function on I'm going to ask all the upfront questions and then make a rash decision at the end that I'm probably going to regret.
Oh, see, I'm just an impulse. I'm like, ooh. Click.
It's our two different kinds of ADHDs. We're conflicting.
And I build my own computers, so it wasn't as hard. But unfortunately, we don't do that right now because AI has ruined RAM prices.
That's Jake's rant for today. AI sucks because it's ruined RAM.
Are you kidding me?
Also,
I
did
love
you
AI.
notice that Jake tried to one-up us?
I did.
One-upmanship?
I
Yeah.
always do that.
See, I'm an impulse. Danny finds the best option, and then Jake just, just build my own.
Just build my own.
My own darn computer.
Freaking
heck,
Hey, guess
dude.
what we're talking about today?
One-upship.
Because this is a Segway spelled Segue.
Is it really?
That is how Segway is spelled.
What kind of-
Segway is spelled what?
Segue.
What language is that?
Probably French.
Oh. I understand.
The French.
Hey, I just watched a French alpine skier.
And
Well, let's just say he's not able to have kids.
I say, is he the one that crashed?
Yes, and I laughed so hard.
there's also something going on with the French ice skating judge. I guess was like being really
Difficult?
like, I don't know. I don't know if difficult's the right word. I don't even know what it is, but
Or are they from Russia? Because that's what every cartoon taught me growing up, is that Russia always gave people the lower score. So,
Russia giving people the lower score. Hey,
Segway-
speaking of score,
and
hold
speaking of Segway,
There's been like 3 different segues, and I haven't actually completed
but
one
I'm
yet.
correcting you guys. It's Italian.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's okay, that's fine.
Is it a town in Italian? Is it a
Is it
town in
Italian?
It is a town, and no, it was originating from a musical instruction, meaning it follows or now follows.
I see.
A musical
So
instruction? All right,
we
I
just
hate it again.
mock the French incessantly for no apparent reason. Sorry
Italians,
about
French.
that, you Frenchies. Speaking of the French,
Speaking of the Frenchies,
today is the human condition,
Charles de Gaulle.
and
Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah.
it's the human condition. We're not talking about Charles de Gaulle, leader
about-
of the France.
Nip.
The France.
Oh, this is going to
the
be a
France.
good podcast.
We are having some rough problems. No, it's a human condition, and we are talking about keeping score.
I just want to point out that I'm the one that's made the least amount of mistakes.
You know what? Shut up.
Shut up, Jake. That was a good segue, though, Jake.
Thank you.
I just like to point out that I've been edited the most out of our year of
You
podcast.
have. And guess who's going to edit you out of this one? Completely. I'm just taking you all the way out.
So there's just going to be I'm going to talk as much as I can. So there's just going to be random awkward pauses.
I am not talking about Fitbits. See, I'm trying to get us back on task here. I'm not talking about Fitbits. I'm talking about the deep, ancient, and slightly ridiculous human impulse to measure life so that we can feel like we're doing things right.
Like,
That was a well
you
thought
mean
out
like
sentence.
age?
Like, as in heroin? What are you talking about?
No, age.
Oh, age. I thought you said H.
I just want to point out you went from H to heroin really fast there, Danny.
That's the street name of heroin.
Oh,
How do you
I
know
keep
that?
up with the street lingo.
Danny's watching Cops in his backyard.
Bad boys. No, we're talking about the everyday invisible tallies.
Okay.
The times in your life that you keep score. Now, we're going to first go into the psychology of it, because I think it's important to talk a little bit about psychology. And this is actually where it came from, is I started reading another psychology book. And every time I start reading another psychology book, it mucks with my ability to choose.
That's your
things.
mistake,
So I know.
man.
I got to stop reading, I guess. Reading. How many
Yeah.
books have you read this year?
How many have I?
Yeah. None.
I
That's
think
why.
I'm on like 0 count for the past 10 years.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe 1.
Control in a chaotic world, people. We love numbers because they feel objective. If you can count it, you can control it. You can plus and or minus. Now, I think we can all agree that we live in a fairly chaotic world. Jake, do you agree?
I agree.
Wrong.
Oh,
Identity through metrics, steps, streaks, minutes meditated. They become shorthand for the I'm the kind of person who. For example, when Fitbit first came out, I was working at a job that I still work at. But the position that I was working at made it so I could walk many, many miles a day. And there was a option on Fitbit where you could have a little group. And it was kind of a competition to see who walked the most steps. And I always just blew people out of the water because I was getting like 26 to 37,000 steps.
Do you know what's dumb?
Yes,
So all of you guys know we went on a trip like 2 weeks ago.
we were.
My wife, every night we'd get back to our place of stay.
Our Airbnb.
That too.
That was good, Josh.
She'd be like,
Our place of stay.
she,
we arrived back at this place of many staying nights.
yes. But she'd be like, hey, how many steps have you taken? And I'd be like, like 17,000. And she'd be like, well, guess what? And I'd be like, what? And she'd be like, I have like 19. And I'd be like, that's because you're little.
See, and this actually brings up a point. We kind of build at least part of our emotional sense, person, etc. I don't know where I was going with that. I literally lost the whole train of thought. It wasn't
Lost
just like
everything.
it was like the entire freight of the United States just went off the rails inside my head.
So, but the sad thing is my wife was trying to prove a point that she has to walk twice as far than I do because she has to take twice like as many steps. So one step of mine is two of hers.
So she was like, was she saying, look, I am working harder than you are because I
Yeah.
had to take more steps?
Yeah. So why are you tired and I'm not?
Building an identity is where I was trying to go with what I was trying to say.
Choo choo.
Seriously, until just an absolute rail train disaster happened inside my brain.
Just in, everyone's dead.
We build our identity, our emotional selves and our identity based off of some of these tracking numbers, like some of these scores that we're keeping inside our head. You think about a person who runs 26.2 miles.
Jerks.
We just barely talked about people that ran the marathon, and people make that kind of their entire personalities. It's their identity for good and bad. And I actually lean towards more the good because, you're doing something, but it's kind of that identity. Anxiety's favorite hobby
Counting?
is counting.
Is that why I'm in accounting?
We actually track more when our anxiety is higher.
Oh, freak.
And it's a way to soothe uncertainty with data. Now, I'll be honest, I do it all the time. If I'm feeling crappy, day, and I actually do have like a fear that something's going wrong with my heart and I'm having a heart attack, I'll throw on a blood pressure cuff and look and see. And
I literally, my job's to count. I think I have a problem.
you have a problem.
Yep, hooray.
And the last one that we'll talk about is before we get going, because we've already just wasted just so many minutes already.
Yeah, it's only been 5 minutes.
Oh dear. Fairness and reciprocity. Now, this one I'm going to go into a lot more.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Our brains evolved to track who gave what, who owes what, and whether we're being taken advantage of.
Now, is this an evolutionary trait?
It is 100% a true evolutionary trait that has actually been backed up by multiple studies done on children and even babies.
Now, I'm going to be the devil here. Blah. No, but is this an evolutionary trait that was adapted like millions of years ago, or is this a more recent, like within human history?
That is a really good question. I don't know.
2016.
I knew it.
Everybody before then was just like, who cares?
But like,
We don't need fairness in our life.
do chimps have they observed behavior that chimps count
So yes,
and like are competing against each other in that way?
there are. And one of the things that they'll do is they will put two chimps together and they will build up a reward system. So they'll like, if you do this puzzle, if you do this, we'll give you a reward. And they will have the chimps be trained to do the exact same thing, get the exact same reward. And then one time they will do it and they will give one of the chimps a greater reward to see what the reaction is. And the reaction oftentimes is the chimp that gets the less award attacks the chimp that gets greater award. So there is kind of a sense of fairness in the animal kingdom.
Interesting.
If you want something that will just make you laugh, go online to YouTube and just look up dogs getting less than they want. So it's just like it's showing dogs, like if you put like one piece of dog food down to like a chihuahua and then watching this chihuahua just go berserk and try to attack people. It's one of my favorite things ever. But anyways, this is something that actually pops up in children a lot. As a matter of fact, long before a toddler actually can recognize and even talk about what fairness is, they learn to react to fairness. There was a really famous study that was done where it was about cookie size. Brought a whole bunch of toddlers into a room, and pretty unethical. I don't think it could be done today, but they brought a whole bunch of toddlers into a room, gave everybody an identical cookie except for one child. And the toddlers ostracized the one child that got the greater reward.
Wow. Dang.
They track
like Lord of
fairness
the Flies,
automatically.
man.
And I think, Jake, I don't know if you see this with your kids, but my kids are masters of like, he got more, she got more, he's doing more, I didn't get to do this, I want to do more of this, can I do more of this, who's this?
When the freaking fast food restaurants don't fill up the cup exactly the same, and so you give your kids these clear cups and immediately there is a distinction in the level of liquid inside the cup, I hear about it forever.
You know, I just like to apologize to my wife because I don't have kids currently. And so my wife probably just deals with me being like, I want that.
Yeah.
But you already had a turn.
Josh is looking at the liquid in the clear cup going, I didn't get as much as you
And then
did."
I just steal the one because she doesn't drink as much anyways.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because there's some kind of social fairness thing that is built within humans and the greater kind of apes. And I don't really know why. Jake, have you ever run across anything?
Social exchange theory is what I heard a lot about in college. And that's just kind of the idea that human relationships are formed or maintained around a fact of like cost benefit analysis. So you're constantly looking at how much you're giving to a relationship, how much you're giving to the community, and what you're getting in return. And then you're judging that relationship based off that and deciding whether to maintain that or to end it.
So here's my question. So let's talk about the more general animal population here. You know, a lot of times there's a hierarchy relating to family units or like units in animal kingdom.
Sure.
And
You're talking about the idea of like an alpha and yeah.
So do you think that comes into play where they make a conscious decision of like, you know what, like a lion says, you know, there aren't as many females in this group, I'm going to fail to not get the alpha and move to the next group?
I don't know. There. One of the studies that I ran across when I was doing this was actually about elephants.
Ooh.
And it actually was more about that when it came to elephants and this kind of like scorekeeping, it was showing that the elephants actually had empathy. Like it was, they wouldn't actually get upset if they got less, but you never saw an elephant actually do that because it was always common because there was almost like an empathetic nature to elephants. It was one of the reasons that people actually think that elephants have some at least limited understanding of empathy. So dogs definitely do have it. Mm-hmm. Dogs, that is another thing that has been proven again and again. Ravens and crows, they seem to remember things and they are very aware of like reciprocation. So a lot of times they will bring you something if you give them something. You've probably heard of people like training crows and ravens to actually find money and then they get like a treat in return.
Yeah.
So there is some kind of thing there. I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
So competition flows through our veins.
The weird thing is, I don't even know if it's competition. It's, am I being treated fairly? Like, am I equal to my group? Is there another person that is getting more than me and doing the same amount of work? And you can kind of see why that would be an evolutionary thing. Only because, like, if you're in a group and the group requires effort to survive and someone is not doing their part and getting a greater reward, or doing an equal part and getting a greater reward, that would be a problem for the group.
You would kick them out.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to most of my college classes.
Well, it just goes to show the evolution. I'm a history guy, so the evolution of government and politics, the oldest forms of government were, self-centered, kings, rulers, monarchs. But as you continue to get on, it's more of everyone has equal share for, to vote or whatever.
Yeah. And it's funny because in humans, we have both instincts hard. We have the instinct that everything needs to be fair for us. So if I'm not getting the same as everyone else, I'm going to feel like it's not fair. But then we also have this drive to do better than other people. So we're kind of this living
contradiction.
Living contradiction, this weird duality. I don't know.
We're irrational.
We are a little bit irrational. It's got to come from somewhere, though.
Yeah, it's probably that one ape.
Okay, so I've got a couple questions because it's important.
Okay.
What is the most pointless Let's try that one more time.
I'm a pointless person.
What is the most pointless thing you've ever tracked? Pointless thing you've ever tracked. The amount of pogs that I collected in 4th grade compared to other people.
What are pogs?
Oh, they're just awesome.
The pogs I know are the little Star Wars creatures from The Last Jedi.
No, pogs were like these little cardboard circle pieces that you would play a game with. Yeah, I know. That's about the most pointless because nobody even knows what they are.
I don't know.
Jake, anything?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything right off the bat.
I will say that in high schools, cross-country runners, there was a weird tradition where whoever found the most pennies during our summer, like, running on the side of the road, like, they'd get a prize.
Interesting. Okay, second question then. And we can loop back to the first at any time because we're twaddling.
We're twaddlers.
Do you feel more real when something is measured? Or does the thing feel more real? So, for example, counting calories. Everybody at one time in their life is probably going to count calories, either doctor ordered and or trying to do your health better. And one of the things, no.
And try to do health better.
This is rough. The old brain ain't working. I'm gonna do my health better. But one of the first things that the doctor does is the doctor will tell you just to track a day of normal eating so you can see your calorie count.
And it's horrifying.
It is. However, it is real. Like when you actually track it, it's kind of the first time that you have a realization that, oh my gosh, that calorie count is actually what I'm consuming. You don't think about it otherwise, right?
And then I stop immediately and say, nope, it's myth.
See,
that's why I look the way I do.
When I got my gallbladder removed, and they told me kind of specifically that I had to be very careful of specific fats and other things along with that. And so I started keeping an eye on the little label on each of the products that I would have, or I'd go to the websites of the fast food joints to check the calorie counts and some of the other stuff for it. Oh, I found out why I lost my gallbladder.
You're like,
it became very apparent that I ate a little bit too much fat.
32 pounds of fat I just consumed.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, dang, dude.
I say, and I think you're only supposed to have like 35
grams
of something.
Oh dear. Well,
that was in my left toe this morning.
Okay. Let's talk about some scoreboards that we all do.
Yes.
Josh, is there any scoreboards that you do? Any scoring that you do on a
That
daily
like
basis?
on a daily. Well, I'm an accountant, and so I count literally everything. So I am weird in the sense that I use my organization is all about numbers. So it has to be even. It has to be, the angles have to be right when it comes to organization. For example, we were just talking about how we are all buying new computers and are building them because, it's Jake.
No, I built mine a while ago because I was
That's true.
smart.
Built mine.
But anyways, I moved
blah,
moved my desks around because I do that, and they had to be a 90-degree angle. And I literally measured out to make sure that they were a 90-degree angle because that's something I like. That's organization.
That's interesting. Is that, and that Jake said it earlier, is it OCD or is it scorekeeping?
That's freaking OCD, man.
Is there a difference?
That's actually, that's a really good point. Is there a difference? I don't know. Does anybody count their steps?
No.
Really?
No.
I do not.
You really have never?
I did for like a week, and then I went, it's not making that big of a difference in my life, so I just
And maybe
stopped.
I'm going to be a little bit more specific. How about around your house? Do you know how many steps it would take you to get to your bathroom off the top of your head?
No.
Oh, of course, I could do it with my eyes shut at 3:00 in the morning. There's 5 steps.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How about your stairs?
I don't have stairs.
Nope.
You don't know how many stairs you have?
Mm-mm.
I was trying to think if I could figure it out, and I don't know if I could.
Yeah, I that's not something I've ever done.
Danny, do you want me to be honest? I think there are
1, 2, I think
9.
there's 7.
I think there's 9 steps on each flight that you have.
I'm going to have to go home and count. And see.
No, not 9. Sorry, it's lower than that.
This is something that they bring up a whole lot, and I guess this is a pretty common thing, is that people will count steps. And if you get off a step, it actually can cause you some grief and anxiety. And this is outside. This is actually outside. This is outside of just OCD. They actually consider this to be a normal human condition.
You just imagine seeing someone just collapse in the middle of the road and just start wailing because they've missed a step or whatever.
There's a show, and I don't remember the show where he's walking upstairs and he gets to the 13th step, but he can't take the 13th step because it's bad luck.
Monk?
No, it's like a cartoon or like a kid show.
Oh, interesting.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Probably some dumb show.
let's
Probably
talk-
History Channel.
Let's talk speed limits.
No, I'd rather not be around.
Josh is gonna
We're
incriminate
talking about
himself.
speed limits. Speed limits obviously are a legal and lawful thing that is established by any kind of state and or federal organization that you should be following.
We recognize that.
However, everybody kind of has their own rules of how fast you can go according to the speed limit. Mine, I will be completely honest, is 5 miles over the speed limit. And in my mind, I've convinced myself I'm not going to get in trouble for that. And then on the freeway, it's actually higher than that. It's 8 to 10 miles over the speed limit. Now, I can point to anecdotal evidence as to where I've picked up that kind of scoring. But the reality is in my mind, I've just made that an arbitrary rule. And I've used that rule to great success.
Yes.
Who has the most tickets out of all of us?
Probably.
Oh, that's right, you. Because Jake and I are 0.
You guys have never had a ticket?
Never.
Yeah, good
Never
for
had
you
a
guys.
ticket.
I've had.
I've had a parking
4.
ticket on my mission. That's because 1 inch over the freaking line, but who cares?
Canada.
Canada.
Okay, what's yours, Josh?
Mine is, well, it depends on the car. I've had 3 cars in my life. My first car, the speedometer was broken off by 2 miles per hour. So my speedometer, I would go on the speedometer about 6 over, but it was actually 4 miles over the speed limit. In my current car, it's 4 miles over the speed limit on the freeway. It's the flow of traffic.
Interesting.
Here's another thing that I do. I count shadows that pass a certain object while driving. So when I was taught how to drive, the space that you put yourself in between.
100%. I know what you're
is
saying. Okay.
Once a shadow passes a certain point, you count until your part of the car passes that certain point. I do that all the time.
See, and I it's funny that you say that. So that was something I learned on my mission.
Yeah.
Is that you would
2 seconds.
you would wait for a car to pass any object, and then you would count, and you had to be at least 2 to 4 seconds behind that vehicle.
Yeah. So I do that like constantly.
I
while
do
I'm
that.
driving.
You know, you say that because I'm not conscious of it, but I do that all the time.
Yeah, mine's always the shadow. So once a shadow passes like a white dotted line, one of the dotted lines, I count until I reach that, and I'm like, okay, I'm safe. 2 seconds.
That's crazy. What about you, Jake?
So I am 4 normally,
4 over.
and that is on all roads. So I'm that annoying driver that, you know, doesn't want to get himself killed. Like everyone else on the road, I swear.
Can I just say one thing about the score?
No, you can't,
I'm going to
because I
say
have
it.
studies that show elsewhere.
I'm going to say this right now.
Say it.
One of the things that keeps coming up when it comes to scorekeeping is the idea that your score is always going to be better than others.
So Jake, you're just trying
And
to
so justifying your score,
So is my 4 better than your score?
probably it is 100%. I would agree that you are safer, but you bringing it up
A lot.
is very much part of
I'm almost
scorekeeping.
positive our audience thinks that I think I'm better than all of you.
I think it's a middle child syndrome.
Oh no, not a middle child syndrome. It's a competitive thing, so I could at least stand out because I had an older brother that was doing all this stuff and a younger brother that was getting whatever he wanted.
Hey,
We are getting deep into the woods here.
This is,
people.
this is where the therapy
now,
comes out.
since this is a therapy session, I will add something about the speed limits.
Yes.
Now, if I learn, now I always follow the law.
Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Okay. Now, if I learn that there's never.
Josh was doing something that only would make sense if you were watching us on a video. And in other way, it just goes quiet on the podcast.
Yeah. I was looking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth at Jake and Danny. But anyways, if I learn that there are never cops on a certain stretch of road, I tend to take the speed limit at a liberal sense.
A suggestion.
So, for example, there's a stretch of road in between Jake's favorite place and a place called Evanston, Wyoming. I will say that is where I've made my personal best of speed.
And if you're following Joshua, it is a very
and like I
fun
said, I
sight.
always follow law. Maybe I exaggerate my details, but clearly over 100 miles an hour.
Have you really?
Josh,
Oh man,
Josh, you just
see, and I have this unspoken kind of worry in the back of my head. Like I will go faster in heavily urbanized areas because I'm scared of the rural police. Like that I'm going to get pulled over and I'm going to get the old, yeah, exactly. The old boy that will come up and be like,
How fast are you going?
so you were going a little too fast, and also your back tail light's broken. Then he'll go and bust my back tail light with his. Like, I'm so scared that's going to happen.
No, I always follow the speed limit.
I am convinced that every other car is
Now,
an undercover cop.
Here's
So
Danny, I'm going to shift gears here because I just want to get into more, us arguing.
oh no,
Grades
in school.
oh, who won?
Jake
did.
won. That's so funny that you say that because this came up in let's see, where it is it when scorekeeping helps versus hurts.
So I just like to point out, as the youngest, I remember plain as day as though it was only 5 minutes ago.
That was a long time ago.
Danny had certain grades in high school. I won't say what those grades were.
Not great.
Jake would consistently beat you.
And for very good reason. Jake was just a much better student than I was.
But
it was a good thing.
It wasn't even that he was just smarter. It was
No,
he
it
was
wasn't. He was
intentionally trying to beat you.
There was two factors.
Tell us of these two factors.
One, it was blatantly like, oh yeah, I was gonna show that I was smarter than Danny. That was. But the problem was, it wasn't that hard because Danny's GPA was so low.
But do you know what's so funny is,
But Danny's incredibly smart. The problem is Danny just didn't put himself to work.
and
So I
that's the
put
thing,
myself to work.
is if you look at our IQs, Danny and Jake, you probably have very, very similar IQs. Now, me on the other hand, you guys are very
Listen.
intelligent.
I have convinced myself of something, and that is what Jake just said, is that I didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
However, I also was just plainly dumb sometimes.
No, you weren't.
It was one of those things, like, looking back, like, it was a coping thing that I was like, oh, I just didn't apply myself. And so that's why my grades. No, it was just that I was stupid.
Danny was also, as we pointed out, an emo
I was.
and hated authority.
And still do.
Which is why he's his own boss now.
I am, well,
kind of.
The irony being that I have 20 bosses who are elected officials.
Now, here's what's funny. So here's Danny getting his grades. Here's Jake's getting his grades. I come along. I say I'm going to beat Jake. Now, I go in my first semester of high school, not even first quarter of high school, I lost. I didn't end up beating Jake. And so from that point on, I shifted my gears and said, well, then I will be the more popular one out of both of them. And
Josh was.
go on to do extracurricular activities that they did.
How did you measure your popularity?
By becoming homecoming king my senior year.
Oh, well, it's a little bit of a humble brag there.
No. My popularity.
Excuse you there, Josh.
No, the way I measured my popularity is how many groups I was accepted.
Really interesting.
So, I was playing chess in library. Am I a nerd? Yes. Do I play chess? Yes. But was that my main group? A heck to the no. I was in the choir, nerds.
Heck-
I was
to the
I
no.
was the
Josh did
dancer.
everything.
I was I was with the SBOs. I wanted to get everywhere I could because I know you guys didn't.
You were a schmoozer.
See, and I just never had a desire for popularity. Just because early on I realized there was no way. I was so quirky.
I didn't have a
So I
desire
just
for
was like,
anything.
Danny,
I think is my problem.
was it FBLA that you drove your car around with a poster?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Future Business Leaders of America, that I don't even think I was actually a member, but then I was a member for some reason. Like, I never actually signed up for it. I think I just had friends that were part of it, and I was like, yeah, I'll come and do a couple things. And then I ended up being
That's-
the vice president of it or something. Some
You're like,
ridiculous.
okay.
That's where I come in, where I was like, I'm going to join all these clubs, every club I can. And FBLA was one of them. And I was like, I want to go into business. So I went to the first competition in a high school in Draper.
Where you did the
Where I did
scenarios.
scenarios, and then there was a written multiple choice answer test, and we were paired up. So me and my friend, who we both just were there because they gave us free food, scored the lowest score that they had seen in like 15 years. They literally approached us and they're like, "Did you guys like intentionally do this?" And we're like,
No.
"Why do you
Oh, that's
ask?"
really
And they're
funny.
like, "You like got only like 5 answers right out of 100." And we were like, "Yeah, we totally like didn't even try." He ended up going on and like becoming FBLA president and winning nationals. But then there was me that was like,
So in other words, you were the one that brought him down.
"Oh yeah, I was totally just they brought him down."
Okay. Workplace tallies, workplace scoring. Couple examples. Who sent more emails? Who stayed later? Who cares more, quote unquote?
I keep score of how many tasks I get done,
Yeah.
and I kick everyone's butt.
When I was in sales,
I'm just kidding. To any of my coworkers who are listening, I really don't.
when I was in sales, it was easy. And I haven't been in sales for a very long time. But it was, the metrics by which you succeed are literally just numbers. And so it was easy to kind of keep a tally. And therefore, it was easy to judge others based on their tally. I'm in a position now where you can't do it quite as much.
How many mosquitoes did he kill today,
Well,
son?
I mean, you can definitely set like productivity goals for like seasonals and stuff. But like, if I were to go off of how many emails did I read versus how many emails another person read, I'm always going to win because I get the most emails. You know what I'm talking about? So for me,
How many emails do you get?
on a given day,
Yeah.
40 or 50 ish, somewhere around there.
That's about where I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Jake's like, I get 567.
I get over 1,000.
A day?
Crap.
Yeah, because of all of the monitoring stuff that we have.
Oh,
So,
Now,
that's still,
do you know what
that
my
would make me cry.
do you know what
well,
my
a
scoreboard
lot of
is?
stuff you just know that you can just check every few emails, every dozen emails.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be relatively the same answer.
Gotcha.
See, and my scoreboard in work, like legitimately, this is how I like rate myself, is if my inbox is empty. And the way that I do that is if an email comes in and I finish that task, I archive the email. So if my inbox is like empty, that means that I have kicked butt. And if my inbox gets full because I don't necessarily get behind, but there's a lot of projects, like that gives me anxiety.
Oh, so yeah, I'm terrible at clearing my inbox. I always get, I'll get like the random ads that I won't do anything with, or
Oh, and see, I made a goal at the beginning of the year because I had let mine pile up. And so when you have 40,000 emails in your inbox, I was able to get it down to 21,000.
Hey,
Took me a few days.
just for kicks and giggles, how many emails do you have right now
In
your personal one?
Like unread or
Yeah. How many unread do you have in your personal account right now?
I don't know if I have any unread.
1,067.
894.
Ah, dang it.
I don't think mine's
Oh, wait,
telling
it's
me.
going up. Mine just updated. 169. 170. 171.
I mean, if I include all the promotions and the
Oh,
social media and everything.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about just... I'm not going to include my education email because I don't use it anymore. 577.
894. That's how many of you have.
And all of mine are business emails that my wife uses. Dagnabbit.
I don't think mine's showing me.
On your Gmail? Really?
Jake has so many that it doesn't even show.
Not your work one.
It's not.
okay.
No, it's not my work one.
Okay.
I can't access my work one.
So my work one, 1.
Yeah, good. I don't know what my work one is. Probably a lot.
I say I have restrictions, so I'm not allowed to access that outside my.
VPN.
Yeah.
67. All right. So
I have 99 plus. That's all I know.
you have 99 plus.
That means it's given up.
I'm not really good with emails.
I'm not good with my
There's
personal
actually a
emails.
good chance that I only get like 100 emails a day, and I just don't keep track of it enough. So
I will say this. So the only reason that I only have 577 is I have created systems that it deletes my emails after like a few weeks.
I probably should do that, but I'm terrible at that kind of stuff.
Oh, see, and I hoard emails because there's been moments where I've gone back to get an email
Oh, and
and
it's
it's gone.
Oh, I hate that.
And it's traumatic because it had documentation on it, and I'm like, oh no. Then I have to reach out to people.
Okay, we're gonna move on to a hard one,
Ooh.
and I want you guys to be open and honest about this one.
I've already told people that I'm a braggart. What do you want to
You're not. You're really not a bragger,
Jake, you only
Jake.
compete against us.
You silently compete more than I think you openly compete.
out of sheer guilt.
Okay, here we go. Relationship tallies. Who apologized last? Who initiated the plan? Who emptied the dishwasher? Who made dinner last? Do you track that in your mind?
Mind.
No. Like in all honesty, because I probably lose in every time. But I really don't keep track. Like I could tell you right now who apologized last. So I remember, but I don't keep track.
So I had a good long think about this one, because when I first came up, I was like, I think I don't, and I actually do believe that I really don't However, I do have a tendency sometimes to go, hey, I did this last. Why do I have to do it again?
Mm-hmm.
And I fought that because being aged as I am now and having a very long and very happy relationship, I recognize in myself that that's something that's not good for the relationship. And so I fight that. But it is something that does come up every once in a while where it's like, hey, is this fair? And then I realize that I do like 5% of the work and she does 95% of the work. And that if she was really keeping a tally of what was going on, then I would be out in the doghouse.
And I think
Literally, because we have a doghouse.
I think that's the reason why I don't, is because in my relationships, and I just have to apologize to my wife now and have been apologizing since the day we met. I would keep score of how many girls I've kissed and like the girls I dated, and the lower the number, the better. So if I met someone with a higher like count, not like that type of count, but higher count, then like for me, that one was somebody who was like,
Yo, player.
you player, you're ruthless. And so that was hard for me to get over,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because I had crazy anxiety and I had convinced myself that if the one person that I kissed would be the person I married because that's how my dad did it and that's how it should be done. And then it didn't work out and I saw myself as a sinner and a horrible person.
just immediately, just
boom.
I'm a
That's-
horrible individual.
It is something that people, it is something that's brought up, and I'll bring it up now since we're actually talking about that, is the idea that scorekeeping can be a very negative thing in your life. And that the people that do kind of naturally keep a score in their head is really tied to people that have anxiety, have depression, have different things like that. And so you have a tendency to keep a score or have an expectation in your head. And if you don't meet that score, don't meet that expectation, then it can cause catastrophic suffering. And that's literally what OCD is. OCD is setting an expectation in your head, not fulfilling the expectation, and then therefore having a ritual that makes up the difference for the expectation.
Let me share an example for all our listeners.
Share.
A personal example. I started college in 2018, the fall semester of 2018. I just graduated January 2026. Woohoo. But I set the expectation after I got my associate's degree that I would finish by the semester that I was in. Because of how the schooling works, you could finish as much as I could. I had that expectation every semester for 5 freaking years. So every semester, it drove me deeper and deeper into more of I'm a failure because I never met the ticks that I wanted. And so it was a very negative thing. Now that I'm done, like it's a weight lifted off. That's just gone. And now I'm better than the rest of you.
And now anyone who does it is stupid. We hate you.
No, but I definitely see the side of like it could be a negative thing because then it's like you're setting an expectation for yourself that you may never meet.
Do you believe?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Praise Jesus.
I was about to be like, Josh is going to start raising his hands.
I believe. Do you believe that you expect others to have a scoreboard for yourself? And what I mean by that is, do you go into situations thinking, oh, this other person is keeping a score of what I do, and so I have to perform a certain way?
Yeah.
And that could be relationship, it could be work, it could be school, it could be anything.
Yep.
Church.
Yep.
Jake is thinking deeply.
I am thinking
I want
deeply.
to give Jake time to think
Yeah,
deeply.
this is something that I am horrible at, where I feel like because of the culture sometimes that we're in, that they are going to judge me no matter what.
Right.
And so I want to do my best because I know they're just going to do it. Like, it's not going to be if, it's just when they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I had that more when I was younger. I don't think I've thought up too much about it as of late. That just kind of, and I don't know if that's just
That comes with age. Just you care less about what other people think of you.
I don't know. It's just it's gotten to the point where I don't know.
Another
To make it
personal
better
example.
for my own mental,
Are you ready?
I am who I am.
I was a very skinny lad growing up. I was always underweight, so much so that I could not give blood. I don't know if you guys knew that. I could not give blood because I was too underweight. And then I got married, and then I plumped up, and now I'm overweight.
And you look like us now.
Yeah, I look like everyone. But for my self-esteem and the thoughts that everyone would say, oh, he's let himself go, that was very hard for me in the very beginning because it wasn't something that like I was used to. And so I kept a scoreboard of like, okay, I need to lose weight. And I just never did. And finally it got to the point of like, this is just my body. It's genetics. I mean, like it's just part of who we are.
We're husky people. Or big boned. We're big boned.
That's what my grandma says.
Big boned.
And so like that was a scoreboard that I thought everyone had of like, they'd look at me and be like, oh, he's overweight. Like,
So I don't do it on a personal level, meaning that I don't really like if it's someone that I love and care about, I have the thought that, well, they love and care about me, so they're probably not going to do that. Where I do it is in places where the reverse, I get upset with them. Here's a perfect example. The
Podcast.
15 or less checkout at a place. I will count how many people or how many items a person has. And if they have over 15, I am apocalyptically angry. So hold on. Because of that, I am hyper focused on only ever having 15. Now, the line really doesn't exist very much anymore.
I was gonna say I don't think I've been to a store that has had a 15 less.
But when it happened, it was something that I am like vigilant about. Here's the other thing. Lines. My line etiquette is so unbelievable. So
Yes,
much so that when we were in Disney World, I was with my son one night and he actually said, well, we're all going to get on the ride eventually anyway. So why are you so worried about it? It doesn't matter. Like if I am going to be so precise in my actions because these idiots aren't moving forward fast enough.
That's right, Florida.
Rules.
Freaking idiots.
So that is something like when it comes to like they call it the Fairness Olympics a lot in like the professional things. They call it the Fairness Olympics and keeping score. That is something that I will have pop up often in my life.
By the way, shout out Italy Olympics going on right now. And they're also winning in the medal count.
Oh,
They also came up with the idea of a Segway. So
That is true. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. As we speak, Norway just took the lead.
oh,
good for Norway.
I like Norway.
We're related.
Okay. There is also something called the gym fairness phenomenon that I want to talk about.
The gym fairness.
The gym fairness phenomenon. I've burned 300 calories. I deserve a muffin.
I do that just on the day.
It's the idea that we sometimes exaggerate our own score to justify another action. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the gym. It could just be something that justifies us doing something else. Like I'm running late because of someone else's problem, so I'm going to go faster.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
So, it's a justification of one's actions based off of an arbitrary score that you have in your mind.
Well, I think that explains our size. I've had a hard day. I deserve a triple cheeseburger.
I would like a treat for myself. No one can tell me otherwise.
Do you guys do that?
all the time?
Okay, I'm glad
it's
I'm not alone.
So bad.
Do you know what's become my best friend? Maverick.
Maverick.
Do you know why? Because I could go get a freaking huge Mountain Dew, and go and get a treat that I could sit down and watch a movie.
I remember Danny talking about going and getting, what were the breakfast items?
Bahama Mamas.
Bahama
Mavericks.
Mamas.
The Bahama Mamas.
And the way they talked about it and everything,
Sounded so good.
it turned me off forever.
Yeah, as well as should.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
glad that I did this
Is
service for
Because
you.
between you and at the time it was Scott, so
Yeah.
our uncle, just talking about the experience, and then afterwards occasionally having to find the porta potty.
Well, it's because
And-
so this is when I worked very briefly in construction. We did waterproofing for like cement foundations. So you would go in the morning, and this was like at 6:30 in the morning.
Driving a massive truck.
Big truck.
And by the way, they still do. I still see their company go there every
It is.
morning.
It is ritual. It
Yeah.
is practically a religion. You go in, get yourself, and they don't even have Bahama Mamas anymore, which is disappointing. But like just the biggest, sloppiest, horrible hot dog for breakfast.
Which was spicy and Elvis
So
crap.
spicy, had jalapenos in it. And then we went, at the time they had the wasabi Funyuns.
Judas Priest.
So I am now suffering internally because of some poor decisions made at the age of 19.
And like I said, so Danny was 19. That makes me 9. So I was like, man, when I get to 18 years old, graduate, I'm going to have a Bahama Mama. So in mosquito abatement, I one day was like, I need to do the
I'm
ritual.
going to do some Bahama Mama.
I showed up. I almost threw up.
As well you should. It was terrible.
And the
I
thing
don't
was-
know why we did it, but it was something we did.
Do you know what's funny? I just looked at it. I didn't even eat it.
Josh is just like, nope.
Reminds me of the Simpsons where a Pooh's hot dog rolls on the ground and is like encrusted. And still good.
There's a secret between me and you. Oh, no.
Okay, so a couple other last minute things before we get going. The silent protest. When things
I never.
don't go your way, do you do a silent protest? Let me give you some examples of silent protests.
Jake.
The dramatic sigh.
Oh, that's just me being dramatic.
I say, when it comes to dramatic, we are very good
I'm
at
an
the dramatic.
actor.
The slow blink.
Oh, like I said,
This is something that I do with people often, and I apologize for anybody who has to come across me when I'm angry. It's the you need to stop talking with me blink. It's the
I consider myself one of the biggest rookie thespians, and I take pride in all of my acting skills, and all of these fit under.
so this one will probably do you.
Yes.
Has anybody ever done the exaggerated chore? So you have to do something, and so you do it as dramatically as
No.
possible.
Yes, cleaning the toilet.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, this, and I know that we all do this one. Passive aggressiveness.
what are you talking about?
No.
I'm
It's
fine. You don't need to get up. It's okay.
I've got it.
I've never done that.
Never.
Never.
No, I do the over exaggerated smile with the squinted eyes where you're just like, you're trying to look happy, and inside you're like, I hate you right now.
Do you know what I do? I dramatically get hurt doing something that someone's asked me to do that I didn't want to do.
I've seen Josh do this.
So, for example, like I said, bless my wife. I'm surprised I'm still married.
Yes.
But like she'll ask me to like wash the dishes, and I hate the dishes. That's my least favorite chore of all time. And I'll go in and the water will be hot or something, a little too hot. And so I will like squeeze my finger so it turns bright red and be like, look what you made me do. And then my wife feels bad, and then I feel bad, and I cry about it, and then I actually do it the chore.
I don't do it as much anymore because my wife has learned the tricks. And so she's like, whatever. But I will tell you what's happened in my life that is I think of a vendetta from on high, that God is punishing me. And that is
You're a daughter?
my children, not just my daughter, all of my children have an internal scoreboard, right? So they keep track of things. And the drama when it doesn't go their way is unbelievable, from just the most passive aggressive things in the entire world to outright like, I'm going to fight you on this. It is a punishment for everything that I've ever done.
Let me tell you one more thing. Internal scoreboard. I have an internal scoreboard to not put the groceries away. Ever. This is one of my other least favorite chores to do. I hate putting groceries away.
Do you have a not least favorite chore?
I was just going to ask the exact same thing. I don't like vacuuming either.
No,
Dusting.
I love vacuuming because
Dusting
I
is
can.
the worst.
There's no purpose to making my bed.
Vacuum's like mowing a lawn where you could just straight line it and just go back and forth. It's really awkward. But
Don't you have a robot that does your vacuuming?
well, sometimes I need to just get those lines
Okay,
straight because
just making
sometimes
sure.
the vacuum is like, this is a 45-degree angle instead of a 90, and it does it wrong.
Okay.
But anyway, my wife will bring
Internal
home
scorekeeping right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't
my
notice.
wife will go grocery shopping because I also don't like to go grocery shopping. But just- so, and then when she shows up, I'll open the door and be like, "Oh, honey, oh crap, I need to go potty." And the thing is a lot of times I don't need to go, but I need to prove that I have to go. So, do you know how many hernias that I've passed? More like hemorrhoids, but because I've forced myself to go potty.
To end, and then we'll do some final thoughts. Obviously, everybody does some kind of scorekeeping. The real big thing that, at least in everything that I've read in preparation for this, is the less scorekeeping that you can do in your life, the better you're going to be. Because it really is kind of a self-actualization thing. The more you keep score, the more you're worried other people are keeping score against you, the more you're going to have anxiety, yada, yada, yada. One thing we didn't even touch is social media and the idea of likes and comments and the seeking of that, and how that alone, this weird arbitrary scorekeeping, is quite literally driving children to do some pretty terrible things.
Like,
So
do a
if you
podcast
enjoy our
with your
podcast, please like and subscribe.
I was just about to say, it drives kids to do podcasts
Let's
with
say,
their
let's
brothers.
wait to ruin the marketing thing here, Dan.
Instead of
Hold
why don't you love
Hold on.
and comment?
I'm going to bring it together, I promise.
Because we rock better than everyone
I want to
else.
see how he's going to do this.
Okay.
The idea behind social media originally was literally personal enjoyment and entertainment. It's part of the reason that I actually like doing a podcast, because it's not really for anybody else. It's for me.
Sorry,
this is
listeners.
this is a big time for me to get with my brothers where we can talk and we can laugh and we can be silly and everything. And so when we present this out,
Jake just pulled an eyebrow hair that's probably like 6 inches long.
Jake, are you ticking over there, bud?
What the heck? I can see my eyebrow hair.
Like I said,
It's
such a great time to get with brothers.
What the freaking heck
So
is this?
when we ask for people to subscribe and to like and to do all those things and to comment, it's not necessarily because I'm even worried about the score. It's because I want to share the joy that I have with other people. And I think that there are creators out there that have the exact same idea for me. The thing that worries me is that if you are tying your entire personality, your entire emotional intelligence to a like that's showing up on a computer screen, that's where things can get pretty dangerous and pretty scary.
So we can't guilt trip our audience.
So we can't guilt trip our audience.
I want you to like and subscribe
Jeez, I could still see it.
because Jake needs to hide that stupid
Jake
hair.
needs to go to a manicurist.
Strike
No, not
me
manicurist. What are they?
Have you heard of Eugene Levy? That's
Es-
what Jake is going through right now.
What does our cousin do? The whole
Esthetician?
esthetician. Jake needs to go to an
He
esthetician.
needs to go to an podiatrist.
So please
Expediatrist.
share our podcast so that we can start making money and Jake can go to an esthetician and a podiatrist, I guess.
The podiatrist.
Here's what I'll say. When you get older, people get more, less childish. It's just
Hold
how
on
it
just a
is.
second.
Shut up.
When people get older, they get more less childish.
So
I just shut up. I like that.
and because of that, they have less and less potty humor. Well, I stand above them all. Share and like our podcast because I share potty humor. Every single freaking podcast. Even if I have to say that the mammoths pooped the pyramids out.
And you've said that multiple times. Okay, Jake, take us out. Final word.
Everyone, get him off! Turn off his mic! Quick!
Before something else comes
Something
out.
like poop.
So
The pandas pooped out the Great Wall of China. I don't know.
No, that was Taco Bell.
we have Josh and I had a Domino's actually explode behind our house.
Yes.
Yes,
And
you guys did.
we felt horrible until we found out no one died, and then we talked about how funny it would have been if someone had just had Taco Bell gone over there.
And which is funny because it's
was-
right next
It
to
was right next to it, and it just exploded. So, anyway,
it.
I'll be
The Big Bang.
I'll get on that big. Pull my finger. I have something to work on. Because I try to act like I have many weaknesses.
Everyone, underline the word act.
I act like I'm imperfect. My perfection doesn't allow me to.
I am the perfect child, but it's one of those, and I told Josh and Danny of it often when I was little. But I realized that I have a problem because during the whole thing, every time you guys brought up a subject, I went, "Oh, I beat them in that."
Now you see why I have mental problems.
So yeah,
So maybe
I have some selfish and prideful things I gotta work on. So, cause yeah, it was fun, especially when we were going through school. I went, I got a 4.0. You couldn't beat that squad. So, I graduated with 3.9.
I did not.
I did a 3.89 and I was so sad.
I have 2 bachelors and a master's degree.
You know what? Shut your mouth. I am sick of this crap.
So again, I have a lot to work on.
He needs
I
to
have a
act.
long way to go.
Everyone-
if you guys don't hear from me for a while, I'm currently institutionalized.
No, listeners, guess what?
In Prideful's Anonymous.
He's going to end
And
this and
I
be
was
like,
the first one who was institutionalized, so I win.
I went to my first PA, Prideful Anonymous. It didn't last long because we all came out going, "No, I'm the most prideful one in there."
what you don't know,
Hi, I'm
listeners, is
Jake.
Jake is going to exit out of this podcast and then be like, wow, you guys really suck. You need to work on a lot of things.
I didn't even study for this, and I did better than you.
And with that, we come to the end of this
Well, my hair's longer than yours.
our twaddling along episode. We are off next week. I know we were off with Disney World for 2 weeks. You've only had 2 episodes, but get over it. We will be
Who's keeping score anyways?
we will be coming back in 2 weeks with me again talking history,
Oh.
which is going to be fun.
Hey, Josh disgruntled.
You
Josh
did
disgruntled. Josh performed a disgruntled.
I'm going to be honest.
Noise.
I actually know what I'm going to be talking about.
Whoa, bro.
And I'm going to do a little bit of a fun thing.
What are you doing?
He didn't say teaser because
So-
that's a naughty word.
The little teaser. Just going to tease you a little bit. So I'm actually going to kind of go on the same vein that Jake was doing. And we're going to talk about another World's Fair. A World's Fair that also had a notorious serial killer.
Who could have been Jack the Ripper, but he wasn't.
Or was he?
You gave too much away. No, I'm not going to do it. Thanks
Hey,
for listening,
everyone. His name is